Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. And today we are looking at the new cigar from General Cigar and La Gloria Cubana. This is the Spanish Press, and it's a good name for it. This is 5.5 by 50, the Robusto. Very sharp, box pressed. There's your density. Has a decent feel in the hand. Now these are a little interesting. These are produced in the General Cigar Dominicana factory in the Dominican Republic and produced in the El Credito Cigar Factory, which is called a boutique style factory within a factory. That it is at this facility where the Spanish press technique is applied. And what that means is the freshly rolled cigars are placed into wooden trays with dividers to apply uniform pressure to the cigars. The trays are then pressed to define their shape, and after the cigars are pressed, the cigars are placed in specially sized boxes that apply slight pressure to maintain their shape. So it's all kind of about the pressing here. Now this is called a Nicaraguan forward blend is what General calls it. It uses a Nicaraguan Jalapa wrapper, Mexican San Andreas binder, and the filler is Nicaraguan from Jalapa and Dominican Palato Cubana and Brazilian Matafina. Comes in three sizes, Robusto, Toro, and Gigante, and price is pretty decent, $6.29 for this Robusto. Now, I was really taken with this when I first got them, and this has been here since August 26th, so it's well rested, but it's just so sharp, such a sharp box press. As a matter of fact, it's basically a square, okay? But that's the long and the short of it. Let's get right to it. The new La Gloria Cubana Spanish Press Robusto. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, this will represent the 100th review this year. Now, we're going to have many more. Well, maybe not many more. I have made a command decision. While I will be in Cancun in 2 weeks, I will not be doing the year-end review there because there's simply some more cigars that I need to get to before the year-end review. So the year-end review will pretty much come at the end of the year. So I'll have a little extra time to get some more reviews in. All right, here we go. Enough on that. Number 100. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe not. Let's see. Okay, you can't take off much less than that. And, okay, the draw is pretty good. Has somewhat of a cedary hay flavor to it already. It's a very sweet, tangy orange citrus, but there's quite a bit of cinnamon attached to it and nutmeg, so it dulls it down just a little, but it's still a very high-pitched, sharp sweetness. A little more than a drop or two of chocolate is seen or tasted from that San Andreas binder. It's not overly, but it's some. The main sweetness comes from that citrus brown sugar, cinnamon, and some cedar, but it's predominantly citrus, very tangy, sweet citrus, and a very light black coffee base. There is black pepper at about 7.5. So that's how we start. It is a sweet, tangy start. Let's see where we are at first third. Well, here we are at the first third, and boy, look at that ash. You're still hanging in there. I don't know how much longer. But the cigar is just like I described. It's extremely sweet. There is now, it seems like, some caramel notes coming in to give it sweetness. It's extremely sweet, which is one thing that is sort of takes away from it because there's nothing else to balance it out. There is very little black coffee. There's not a whole lot of nutmeg. There is a little chocolate, but it's also very sweet. So it's a very sweet cigar. Medium bodied. We're leaning toward medium to full. Finish is very sweet. Some citrus and brown sugar and nutmeg with decent lingering black pepper. It's a very sweet cigar, as I said, how many times now, but it really needs something to balance it out. But it is good. If you like really sweet, this is going to be it. I'm starting it off at 92 because it is so sweet, and I like sweet. If it had more balance, it would be a little higher. It's actually not bad at all. So I want to see what the second third brings because sometimes things do change from first to second third. Let's see if this one does. All right, we're here at the end of the second third. And the coffee notes did rise a little bit. Thank goodness. You still have your citrus, which has some cedar mixed in with it. A lot of brown sugar, a lot of caramel, some chocolate, which is very sweet, some nutmeg, and your black coffee base. Medium to full. Finish is very sweet also. Sweet, sweet, sweet. It's like I said before. No, it's not. It's more or less caramel and brown sugar with a little nutmeg now. That's a pretty good lingering black pepper. Black pepper is not bad. Some of you will think this cigar is too sweet because it's sweet. But with the rising coffee notes, for me, it got it right where it ought to be. Now, my first third score of 92 was in sort of an anticipation score, hoping that some darker notes would show up. It's got to balance out. Well, it's much more in balance now, so I'm going to leave it at 92. It's good. It's just so sweet. Oh. It's been a long time since I've had a cigar this sweet. I'm shocked that it's this sweet, but it is. So, God, it's sweet, right? Lingering. So I'm going to leave it at 92 because I like it, but it had to get some of those dark notes, and it did. So let's see what the final third brings. I mean, I feel sure it'll be sweet. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. For me, the cigar was the best in the final third. The coffee notes and the nutmeg sort of rose up and gave it a little depth to counteract some of that extreme sweetness. Flavor notes are just like I described otherwise, other than the coffee and the nutmeg. Full-bodied, quite full-bodied actually, This would be a good cigar with a stout cup of black coffee. Consider that. I'm very curious as to what that large size would be, the 6x60 Gigante. I just wonder, with these sweet notes in this Robusto, what that would be like. So if you have the Gigante out there, let me know how it compares. One thing that really surprised me, other than the extreme sweetness, is the burn time. What did we get? An hour and 35 minutes out of a Robusto? It's crazy. Now, I would bump the score to 93 here in the final third. Like I said, it's the best it's been so far for me. So that would give you an overall score of 92.33. Not really too bad. But it's very sweet, so make sure you like a sweet cigar. And if you do, try this, and you'll agree, I have no doubt, that you'll agree that it is very sweet. So there you have it. The very sweet, new La Gloria Cubana Spanish Press Robusto 92.33.